お疲れ様です。ともぞうです。レインボーシックスシージの動画今回もやっていきたいと思います。トップリーグの振り返りをやっておりまして、8月に行われたベルリンメジャーの振り返り、いよいよグランドファイナルに突入しております。改めてプレーオフの結果見ておきましょう。こちらです。8チーム中 EU チームが3チーム、ブラジルチームが3チーム、NA1、APAC1 という形となりましたけれども、グランドファイナルにたどり着いたのはローグ。そしてFaZeクランとなりました。FaZeは昨年のスウェーデンでしたかね、優勝してますので、ローグはここでメジャー取れば初めての優勝という戦いだったんですけれども、結果はこちら。本当にメジャー史上最高のグランドファイナルと言っていい戦いぶり。5マップ目までもつれまして、最後も延長という形となりました。今回の振り返りは1マップずつやっておりまして、前回は1マップ目の国境について振り返らせてもらいました。8対7という形で、ローグピックだったんですけれども、FaZeの方が国境に対してしっかりと戦術を持ってきていたなというイメージがあった戦い。ただやはり偶発的な打ち合いを拾っていくという展開になりましたので、オーバータイム最後までもつれて、なんとかFaZeが競り勝ったという戦いでした。さあ今回はセカンドマップビラお届けしていきたいと思うんですが、このセカンドマップでグランドファイナルの流れを大きく変える、個人的にはローグが優勝にたどり着く流れを変えたスーパープレーが飛び出したマップかなと思っていますので、そこも必ずピックアップしますので、最後まで見ていただければと思います。それでは試合動画見ていきましょう。まず立ち上がりの2ラウンドを見ていただきたいと思うんですけれども、ファーストマップの勢いそのままにFaZeが止まりません。特にやはりFaZeは国境でもそうだったんですけれども、自分たちで攻撃防衛にしろ主導権をしっかり握りに行くぞというアプローチを強く持っているチーム。ここもね、ドローンでうまく差し込んで、反対側から入ってきたアストロによってファーストブラッドを取られているという素晴らしいシーンだったんですよね。このあたりのやはりFaZeの思い切りと、それを裏付ける情報収集能力、索敵能力というところが光ったファーストブラッドだったと思います。この後もファーストマップの勢いそのままにFaZeが止まらずにファーストラウンド、セカンドラウンドを取るというシーンをご覧ください。
This is absolutely rapid from Sage. Inside of a minute, they've got complete control up to trophy and statuary and are now looking at moving into 90 corridor. Cameraman's working on the 90 window as well to try and keep Spoit at bay, and that will allow Cyber, Astro, Souls all to start moving down and claiming more and more ground. Bullet, he's one to keep an eye on here, Des. Just playing underneath on the Finker. He's going to be looking for a nade. There is no two ways about it.
Yokai's doing a lot of work. Oh, that's unfortunate as well. I think that was I don't know what it was. In fact, it was a nade from below that killed the Yokai that was just coming around 90. Unfortunate timing. But Spoit finds Cyber, who steps around, feeling that spot is clear. It absolutely was not. Spoit's still ready to go for the challenge and pulls it to a 4v4.
Really big kill for Rogue. It allows them to keep fighting in 90 corridor. If Cyber is able to keep Spoit at bay there, that becomes a lot more difficult. But Astro has quickly stepped up and looked to keep taking that ground. Sends the gun 6 in, but it's going to be caught out by a Wamai Magnet. So the nade has to follow as well, looking to clear out utility before getting back on the Iana clone just to send it into sight and see what's going on. Bullet with a bit of a blind spray from underneath to see if he can try and catch Spoit, but Spoit's not going to be caught out that easily.
Now the Nerval Leon, who was playing inside a study and instantly drops as well, might get challenged from elsewhere as Crying hits the deck on main stairs. Leon's coming in for a little bit of support, but has to know that he's coming up against the Finker, and it ain't easy to win those out. Down goes a second at the hands of Bullet, and a plant is going down. Deepet's got to step through and win the fight against Souls, which he does do, and steps in, but can't find the man who's planting. Astro puts him in the ground, and Bullet finds a fourth in the round, it feels, Tim. What a first round from FaZe.
It was Astro just looking to clear out the barricade, but it just allows Spoit to throw a long-range nitro, really gets his arm behind it and takes Souls down.
This Deepet now in danger as well inside a Memorial. A nade following him through from the back end of Cyber, but nothing to be found there as Deepet had already stepped himself far away. Astro in a key spot as well for the attackers, getting inside of Master. You're looking for a shield to go inside of that bedroom door and just plant on the hard concrete, unable to be taken out from below, but also in a good spot where you're covered by the shield. It is the perfect setup to go for a plant, but you do need some good cover. The Candela's no doubt providing that alongside the smokes as well. Additional nades still in Bullet's back pocket. So FaZe still have the tools to make this attack work.
They do, but they need to be cautious of what's going on underneath as well. Kanto is still down there on the Malusi. He's in a position to potentially push up Astro stairs. He's going to hold himself there for the time being. Cyber is working to clear underneath here, but he's drawn him for himself, and that is going to slow him down. He just checks that he's clear to go in, but he doesn't check the right angle, Des, because Kanto's moved in and manages to get a headshot.
In come the Candelas, though. This is the execute that we were talking about, and Astro is in position, punching out the shield here, takes away his own vision so he can try and make this plan happen. Shoots out the Nitro as well, and is in a good spot. But here comes the push. He finds two as Rogue step in for the retake. Can they hold on? C4 over the top brings him down, and Cameraman and Bullet have got to recover this.
Crying, he goes for the challenge, but he's going to be taken down. Bullet doing the first piece of work that FaZe need, leaving themselves now 2v2. Plenty of time. As Bullet manages to find Spoit on a beautiful angle, taking his head off. It's all up to Kanto now. 1v2, they know he's coming, Des. This is not going to be pretty, I don't think, as he comes around the corner into the man. Bullet with the final kill as well. Bullet.
さあ見ていただいた通りフェーズが止まりません。しかしなんとかファーストブラッドを取ってローグも粘りますが、ここもフェーズの立て直しに結果押し込まれていきます。しかし D ペク、彼がこの試合の大きな流れを作るクラッチプレーを見せます。その重要なサードラウンドをご覧ください。
Just to figure out where these last couple of players are hiding. Spoit, who was inside of Astro, for example, is still holding firm.
Deepak is going to be spotted out there. He nearly kept himself off the radar, but now that FaZe are aware, they're going to be focusing on those staircases from which he will have to return. Little peek from Leon. Doesn't manage to find his man inside of Closet. He's pretty confident that the window is clear, though. He's looking to make a challenge if he can, but the opportunity's not there. Cut down by Souls as he moves into support, and that's going to be 4v4.
Looking a little bit low there, Leon, as well, rather than looking at head height, expecting maybe a crouch height player to be sat on drones or getting ready for a drone potentially, but instead being caught out for free. Now Crying's the one looking to mobilize, and this is exactly what Rogue did to FaZe back on map 1, is play it slow and just let the defenders be the ones that try and move into you. Rogue almost going and looking for trouble, and FaZe are more than happy to pick him up as and when. The bulletproof survives. Crying has got that cover to take out the shock drone.
Big kill onto the shock drone there, just leaving that utility in place and making it a little bit more difficult for FaZe to be able to push in or launch any sort of sneak attack. But Cameraman doesn't need to sneak about anything. He's going to take the quick peek instead and hit Spoit with a headshot. Souls onto Crying. You picked it up yourself, Des. You said too many times, Rogue, get the opener, and then find themselves 4-2 down as FaZe just chip away and take one man at a time. Here comes Kanto on the flank, shut down in bathroom by Souls. 4v1. Deepak manages to get one, but it's likely to be his last. No, manages to find a second. It's 1v2 now. He's got about 15 HP, but there is a chance.
The diffuser's down as well. That's the big one for him. Stepping across here. They held the angle, but Deepak, Big ET could go huge here. The 1v1. Cameraman stepping out far into the distance to look for a plant, and Deepak should know about it. He's holding tight, knows that this plant is going down, but can he get there in time? Cameraman's going to complete. Big ET finds a huge 4K and gives Rogue their first round on Villa.
Absolutely massive from Deepak there, who jumps up, waving to the crowd. I'm a little bit worried about him holding that key down. Keep that diffuser going, Deepak. There's a lot of support here for him in Berlin, though, after a huge moment for him.
1v4 からのスーパークラッチとなりました。最初のキルは関東に入ったキルに対してのカバーだったというところはありますが、やはり天文階段の上がりよく見てましたよね。これで 2v1。時間がないことも考えてプラントに行かないといけないという状況をうまく D ペク利用したんですけれども、やはりそのプラントに入る前に中に入ってる相手を1人抜いたのが大きかったですね。ただこのヘルス状況でこの最後の 1v1、 ここはね勇気ある詰めだったと思いますね。この 1v4 でローグが一気に流れを掴んだと言っても過言ではありません。実際に攻撃に入ってのローグのアプローチは素晴らしかったかなと思います。ある程度犠牲を払っても自分たちが取りたいエリア、例えば自分たちがポイント内に押し込むというアプローチに関してはちゃんと通してくるんですよね。この辺りの思い切りに関してはどちらかというとフェイズの方がこのグランドファイナルにおいてファーストマップから見せていたと思っていたんですけれども、やはり D ペクのね クラッチによって少し吹っ切れた感があり、各プレイヤーの思い切りの良さがすごく良くなったんですよね。そういった犠牲をとしてもしっかりと自分たちの、利益をしっかり取っていく、そんなローグの攻撃を見ていただければと思います。
How about that? Cameraman finding the melee kill onto Kanto as he tries to step in, seeing the nitro toss. He thought it was his opportunity, but he couldn't get the job done.
At that kind of range as well, you're hoping to complete the kill as Leon comes swamping in. They've got the control, steps in for a second. His second 3K in the game. Leon is on fire in this game and is in a spot to make a plant happen. Spoit is holding Memorial, crying, overseeing Leon as he gets the plant work done. And Spoit here versus Souls is the big one, and Souls wins it out. Crying steps in, wins out the trade. It's a 2v1 against Astro.
It's all getting a bit frantic inside a site there. You just felt for a second Crying and Leon might clash, but the only clash that matters.
そしてあっという間にマッチポイントを取ったローグ。ただこのラウンドもフェーズの粘り強い守りに苦しみ、なかなか人数有利を取らせてくれません。しかし再び試合を決めたのはあの人。そんなスーパープレーを試合が決まる最後のラウンドでもご覧ください。
But he's really been shining here, like dragging his team through some rough games. But Souls, he's been a man that's also on one, 10-8 so far. It's a bit of a trade though, not onto the same players. Spoit finds Bullet.
And that's something that Rogue have done particularly well. We saw it in the last round with the back and forth, even when they're losing players. And it's not something they did on Border a lot. It's not something they did in the first 3 rounds here on Villa. But when they're losing a player, they're able to then have an impact back themselves. They've got an answer waiting, and that has been particularly important for them. At the minute, FaZe, for me, they feel a little bit broken, Des, if I'm honest. The last few rounds, it feels like it's got on top of them. The tack time out didn't really do the job, and they're on the struggle bus at the minute.
I'm so excited for the next couple of maps though, Tim. We've got Skyscraper and Bank waiting for us. Both of these teams' top maps.
Skyscraper's going to be a classic.
It's my favourite map. I enjoy watching it so much, and knowing we've got 2 of the best teams in the world on it right now about to head to that, in itself is a real tantalising prospect. For now, at least, though, Cryan has kept himself alive on the Jackal instead of being picked off early. Sees a man up on the bed napping, but can't quite finish him off.
Does take a little bit of chip damage though. Souls does manage to get himself juiced back up at one of those corner salvation stations that the Thunderbird has placed earlier in the round. Rogue just feeling like they might have stalled out a little bit here. They're still not sure of the top floor control. Leon's going to come head to head with Cameraman, and he's going to find a bullet in his head as Cameraman manages to take him down with the SMG. A lot of damage done in return, but as I said, there are Thunderbird gadgets on site that Cameraman will be able to use. He's working for a backstab here. I don't think they know that he's inside a site. That's one. Can he get a second? Cameraman is low health. There could be an opportunity here. It's 2v3.
But the thing is, Tim, the diffuser's down inside red corridor at this point. They've got to really fight to get this one back. They might have sight, but without the diffuser, it's worth nothing to you. Souls has stepped out wide as well. They're going to have to come pushing down red here as well. And they know a loose idea as to where the man is playing. But do they know that he's on the other side of the soft wall? I really doubt they do.
Working together here so they can at least have an impact on each other's fights, but they then separate. They're looking for the pinch. Saber manages to get one, but there's a big double from Deepak. Surely not again, Des. We've seen this before. It was a 1v3. It's now a 1v1. Deepak. He's looking for his man. He sees him inside.
「さあというわけでお届けしましたセカンドマップビラ。こうやって5マップ並べてみると唯一3ラウンド差がついて決着がついたマップとなりました。それもやはり DPEG が生んだクラッチからの非常にローグの流れ、会場のボルテージもかなり上がりましたからね。あれで一気にローグがグランドファイナル、硬さがあったファーストマップに対してほぐれてきたというところになりましたので、これでローグ勢いに乗るかなと思われたんですが、サードマップは再びフェーズが取るというこのグランドファイナルの戦い。次回はその高層ビルをお届けできればなと思っております。それでは最後までご視聴いただきありがとうございました。こんな感じで現在はベルリンメジャーの振り返り行っておりますけれども、ステージ3始まっております。 そちらも各リーグ毎週1試合ずつはピックアップしてやっていきたいなと思っておりますので、よかったらそちらの動画もぜひ見てください。それでは最後までご視聴いただきありがとうございました。また次回のレインボーシックスシージの動画でお会いしましょう。ではでは。